you look at Minnesota, down 2-0. They got to win tonight to get some traction in the series.
And if they lose this one, you can forget about advancing. And it's more likely you're trying to avoid a sweep. So tonight's all or nothing.
Here's Conley. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
Right. He stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. From 7. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
Well, that's SGA in a nutshell right there. Quickness, length, guile, finishing on the interior.
Gobert with a screen for Conley. It's good from long range.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter steal, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Holmgren. Inside, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup's good off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket of the game.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Randle with the bucket.
Well, you've got to be decisive in catch-and-shoot situations, and Julius Randle leaves no doubt.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams. Here's Hartenstein. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by Edwards. Now about 2 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And Edwards with the stop.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
To the middle. Here's Holmgren. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Rowdy V, it didn't take long, did it for Holmgren to live up to his draft status.
Holmgren, Kevin, was an immediate impact player on both ends of the floor. At his size, to be able to shoot with range and the rim protection he provides, it was absolutely worth the wait for his team. This young man has got a toughness that has shocked even me.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks. I caught up with Chris Finch. He said SGA has this special ability to lull a defender into a slower pace and then suddenly make a quick move that leaves everybody just standing there. Coach feels the attention has to be on him. He wants to force somebody else to beat them. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. And here's Randle after the three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley finds Randle. Spins. Scores off the spin. Randle's got 5 now.
Randle has got excellent handle, so you have to respect him off the dribble drive.
Hartenstein with the screen on top. Gilgeous-Alexander. Good on the baseline, Jay.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Now here is Conley. 6 to shoot. Here's Randle. Can't connect from 14 feet out.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
It's Dort on the wing. He's defended by Randle. Dort misses. Timberwolves leading by 3. Edwards looking it over. Back to Randall. Conley with a wide open look. That's in. Coming off an assist from Randall. Conley's got his second basket of the night. Over to the left wing. Randall against Holmgren. Here's Williams. And McDaniels with the block. And he's able to get it back. Count it.
Yeah, how about the purpose with which he's crashing the backboards right now? Some hard-earned second chance points.
Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
It's stolen by Gobert. Over in the corner, Conley. Stolen by Dort. To the inside. Stolen by McDaniels. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The shot, no good. Good D by Holmgren. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Williams against Edwards. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got his second bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
And here's Edwards. Nice defense from Dort.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to talk to his guys.
All right, coming off the court. Come on and get down for your Timberwolves breakers there.
Group substitution now for Minnesota. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for McDaniels. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Aaron Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Jason Wallace, he's checked in for Dort. And it's Alex Caruso in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock. Clark for 3. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. Wallace finds Williams. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Williams sets a screen for Wallace. And the free ball is good. And the Thunder lead by 1.
So far, both teams scorching the Nets. You gotta love it.
Well, you love it when you can get off to a fast start offensively. You hate it, though, when your opponent does the same.
Now, here's Clark. Scoreless thus far. Randall with the bucket.
Well, that's Randall working in his comfort zone. You can see how confident he is on his ability to score inside.
DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 20, scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
And so here is Oklahoma City following the bucket by the Timberwolves. Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch-and-shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
And the first one drops. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Miller's checked in for Julius Randle, and it's Edwards in for Clark. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Wiggins. And he can't hit the second.
Yeah, look, you'd like to take the lead on that possession, but at least he was able to tie the game up.
Alexander Walker passes to Edwards. Over Williams. No good off the back of the rim.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
Caruso kicks to Williams. Tries the spin move. Converts after the nice spin. Williams has got 9 points.
Taking back the lead once more. Give these teams credit. Man, they are battling.
Neither team willing to give an inch, and neither able to seize the momentum. This has been a fascinating one to watch.
Tie game in Minnesota. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. We're back at the Western Conference Finals. Happy to have you with us here on 2K Sports. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
They just came into this game with the mindset of sharing the basketball.
When you keep everyone involved at the offensive end, it keeps everyone engaged in other areas as well.
Here's Caruso, still without a basket. Wiggins outside. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. And the call will go against Aaron Wiggins. That's his first foul. The Timberwolves making a change here. Garza's checked in. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Out to Edwards. That's tipped. Wallace outside. Pass to Wiggins. It's a nice passing by Oklahoma City. Clock at 6. Williams, a screen on DiVincenzo. Wallace misses. The Timberwolves shooting extremely well. 62% on the night to this point. Pass to Garza. A miss that time. Would have put him up. Here's Oklahoma City now. They haven't allowed any points in the second quarter. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Anthony Edwards is figuring things out. He said, there's levels. My first few years, I looked for my shot and nothing else. I've learned that I can't win without my teammates and that I have to throw them the ball too. It's a team game. I know that now. Kevin, I know it too, so I'm throwing it back to you.
And you're the best teammate we could have. Thank you, David. Free throw good, Wiggins. Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectation.
Pass to Chang. Down low. Out to Wallace. Chang with the screen for Wallace. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Edwards with it. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. The Thunder with the lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he drops it in from the low post. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 11 points.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 3 now for the Thunder.
Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Edwards. A beautiful finish inside by Ant.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
And it's Wiggins with the jam.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage in a close game. Those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Edwards against Gilgeous-Alexander. Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, two-time MVP and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
First one falls for him. You know, Greg, when you look at the Timberwolves' history, the first round had been a problem for them. But not last year, as they swept the Phoenix Suns.
And you got to look at it as being a tremendous success, right? Because going into the season, I don't know that anyone thought they would have made it to the conference finals. But, boy, that young group gelled well together, and the sky's the limit for the future.
Well, this guy has multiple ways to get to the free throw line, and, boy, has his stroke been on the money.
And we've got a timeout called from Chris Finch. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Come on, get up for your Timberwolves dancers.
So it's Minnesota now. It's a 5-point game. Conley, the pass to Gobert. Outside for Randall. Off target from outside. Gobert with a screen on Holmgren. Shot clock at 5. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Oklahoma City leading by 5. Pass to Dort. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Conley. Holmgren sets the screen for Williams. Shot left block. Holmgren the pass to Hartenstein. Dort misses.
Oh, that was a great effort defensively. Get a hand up in the face of the shooter. It's so important.
Here's Conley, up and in on the layup. Conley's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Hey, this guy is competitive, he's tough, and he'll play through contact. Mike Conley doing work inside.
Williams with the ball, picked up by Edwards. Pass to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Randall, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Well, with his strength, Julius Randle can absorb contact easier than a lot of players. This guy is not going to be intimidated.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Thunder.
These guys have been so quick off the dribble, finding great lanes to attack and getting themselves to the basket.
And they've also shown dominance in the paint so far tonight, really putting the work in down low.
That free throw good from Randall. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his 2nd season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Pass to Williams. Hartenstein with the screen on top. Williams finds Wallace. From past the arc. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. Minnesota's got nothing but zeros from long range in the 2nd quarter. 0 of 4.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. He's going to have a discussion here on the sideline.
Get ready, everyone. You see yourself on the screen. You show us your best dance move. Let's go. Shake it. Next dancer.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Wallace outside. Driving in. Pass to Hartenstein. Shoots a fader. And that's good off the glass that time. And the Thunder lead by 2.
A sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
Randall a screen on Wallace. McDaniels finds DiVincenzo. Here's Randall, and the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7-1 with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter or block just about every shot in his vicinity.
Conley dishes to McDaniels. Gobert with a screen on Williams. Gobert can't hit. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for the Thunder. Excited about the win on Thursday.
Yeah, and that one, their intensity on the offensive end was not matched by their opponent. That led to some easy buckets.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
Ooh, that kind of defense, it's almost as if they're just standing there.
Well, for the most part, they were just standing still. And you've got an easy 2 points.
Yeah, and despite his restrictions offensively, you still have to close off the lane or he'll burn you.
Williams looking around. Holmgren kicks to Williams. Inside, and it's Wallace slamming it down.
Oh, going high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam. 6-second difference between the shot and game clock. DiVincenzo finds Randall. Shot clock at 6. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Wallace outside. Puts up a deep 3. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 3. From Target Center, back in a moment.
Welcome all. Game 3, and it's a real halftime cliffhanger for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Without the points they've gotten off the bench, this game wouldn't be as close as it is. Can you count on that in the second half? It's debatable, man.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who's in the game for them down the stretch. Seeing how things are shaking down for the Timberwolves. I'll get straight to it, Kenny. Is this a must-win game for them?
They might not want to admit it, Ernie, but this is a must-win game. I look at this team and I think, if they drop this one, it's going to get into their heads and they're not coming back.
Stop it, Kenny. It's not over yet. They know how to respond when their backs are against the walls.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out, huh? Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And we're back with you, all set to bring you more action from Game 3. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here tonight, guys.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
One of the things every player is after is efficiency at the offensive end. And boy, this young guy has done just that.
The Thunder leading by 3. And it's good from the elbow. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first field goal of the second half for Oklahoma City. If you mention the best players in the NBA, Doris, you have to mention Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. How's he made the leap so fast?
Yeah, Kevin, this is an interesting growth and development story because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has shocked everybody. He can get to any spot on the floor. He's one of the most relentless drivers in the game. You have to respect his three-point threat, which balances out that dribble drive game, and he's willing to compete defensively. Sky is the limit for this young man.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
What you love about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is this young man's work ethic. He is a gym rat who's always looking for ways to improve.
Oh, the lob to Gobert. And slam dunk by Gobert.
Just great recognition from the athletic big man. Gobert finish off the nice pass.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Rudy Gobert.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
He's made all 3 of his free throws so far.
2 shots.
The first one falls. And good on the second, so he makes them both. Timberwolves trail by 8. Has to Gobert. McDaniels in the post. He's against Williams. Randle with the ball. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley's shot is off. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
That's how you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Here's Randle. Out to Conley. Gobert with a screen for Conley. Fires the 3. No good. Shot missing.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Pass to Williams. Now Holmgren. Hartenstein with it. He's got 6. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that is no good. Now shooting 8 for 12 from the floor. McDaniels kicks to Gobert. Randle is doubled. Pass to McDaniels. Edwards against Dort. 11 feet away. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in this game. Williams' shot is off. Timberwolves trail by 10. McDaniels in the post. He's guarded by Williams. Randle surveying the D. They could use a bucket. Another miss by Minnesota. The Thunder leading by 10. Dort passes to Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, there's a level of aggressiveness that you must contend with Gilgeous-Alexander on the offensive end. You'd love to see him force the issue.
Nice work at the line so far, going 5 for 5.
Gilgeous-Alexander taking 2 shots.
No good on the free throw. And the second free throw, good. Timberwolves trail by 11. And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
Who wants to see some? Make some noise! All right, fans, get on your feet and make some noise for T-shirt time. Who wants a T-shirt?
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Caruso's checked in. Alexander Walker finds Gobert. Back to Alexander Walker. Gobert, the screen. 6 on the shot clock. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
You know, when Rudy Gobert is down low, it strikes fear into the opponent. This is a guy who has led the league in blocks and rebounds at different times. Inside the paint, he is just a nightmare to battle against.
A free throw drops for Gobert. And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen. What you love about Rudy Gobert is he understands his strengths and where he can impact the game. That is primarily on the defensive end, but also as a screen setter offensively.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Well, the best players, to me, deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Outside Conley. Off target from three-point range.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Timberwolves trail by 11. Now Conley. He's got 11. Here's Randall. It's blocked, and they'll get another chance. Here's Alexander Walker, defended by Caruso, and finished off by Gobert.
That is right in Gobert's window. Make it easy.
Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Caruso. Cranes the three-pointer. Caruso's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
You know, he hasn't taken as many shots tonight, but they're still ahead, and that means his teammates are delivering.
For three, Edwards. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 4 assists now tonight.
What a response from Anthony Edwards. If you make a three, he wants to come right back at you.
Good from the moment it left his hand. That makes him 10 for 14.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Alden. David.
Kevin, the last few years we saw teams giving up bounties worth of draft picks and trades for star players. But with teams now possessing more roster spots to develop prospects, and about 3/4 of the tradable picks hoarded by just a third of the NBA's teams, you may not see so many picks given up moving forward. Kevin?
You're exactly right, David. Something certainly to keep an eye on. Good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14 points now in the second half.
And this is SGA's role. He's out here to score and score often.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. It's 2-on-1. Here's Dort. That one doesn't go.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
And you can see what he wanted to do there, but that was a tough giveaway.
And I think the intention doesn't always equal the result. Wrong play, wrong time.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And this is postseason play at its finest, refusing to give up shots here in the playoffs.
Naz Reid, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Edwards. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Outside Williams. Clock at 6. That's good. He's 5 for 9. 1:07 left in the third. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley feeling it out, and that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's foul number 2 for him. Clark, he's checked in for Mike Conley. Wiggins is checked in for the Thunder. Wallace comes in for George. .51 seconds left here in the third quarter. Back to Alexander Walker. 6 to shoot. He's looking for Williams and finds him. Wallace against Clark. Williams for 3. Gets in and good for his 6th field goal in 10 attempts.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right here.
Randall, and he's back in business as a jumper finally drops for him.
Well, so often the guy who sets the screen. In that instance, Julius Randle with the ball in his hands in the pick and roll. Go ahead, Julius.
And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. For Oklahoma City, they have shot the ball pretty well from the line, going 8 of 11.
At the line for 2.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Williams. There's 10 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Dillingham. Got a piece of it. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll get you back to the action after this break. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Well, having multiple playmakers on the floor makes you a much tougher team to defend.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Outside Edwards. Over Wallace. Edwards, that's good. Edwards got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Minnesota. DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Caruso. Wiggins, a screen on Clark. Wiggins in the post. He's against Miller. And it's Wiggins missing. Timberwolves trail by 16. Now DiVincenzo. Miller outside. Reed with a screen for Miller. Jacks up a 3. Reed gets the bucket.
And he's been passive today, but maybe that's what he needs to get him going, because for them to be successful, he's got to be a little more selfish.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 31 points. DiVincenzo kicks to Miller. Reed with a screen on Wiggins. Miller inside, covered by Wiggins. Miller, no up. The Thunder leading by 15. Wallace, the pass to Williams. Oklahoma City moving it around. Wiggins sets a screen for Wallace. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a thirsty scorer, and if you concede the mid-range, he'll take it.
Reed kicks to Miller. Edwards against Wallace. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. And I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Conley's checked in. Then for the Thunder, Kenrich Williams. He's checked in for Williams. And it's Dort in for Cason Wallace. And Edwards drops them both. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Conley gets the bucket.
You have got to be aware of where Mike Conley is. He's so capable outside the arc.
Here's Caruso. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 3 assists tonight. Caruso against Edwards. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, Anthony Edwards has the kind of frame and skill set that can make him a force. But it all comes down to paying the price and putting in the work now.
Taking 2 times.
He's off on the first.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
Williams, he's checked in for the Thunder. Cason Wallace comes in for Alex Caruso. And he's good on the second. Oklahoma City leading by 13. Screen by Wiggins. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Conley. Reed with the rebound.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
There's a screen by Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Williams.
Well, just good recognition in the pick and roll. Gilgeous-Alexander reacting to the defense perfectly.
Here is Edwards. Clark for 3. Rebound by Williams. Pass to Dort. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the 3. DiVincenzo with the rebound. DiVincenzo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Reed with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Conley's shot is off.
And maybe, you know, he thinks he can shoot himself out of the cold spell, but I don't think that's the case. Maybe somebody want to tell him that he's up off the threes.
Boy, wide open teammate. Really pretty pass by Lou Dort. No hesitation there.
And so Chris Finch calls for the timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus.
Attention fans. Now on the court is your hype squad. Get loud and let them hear it. Come on and drink your fans. Get a free t-shirt. Let's see it, fans.
Some changes for Minnesota. Rudy Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Randall comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. The Thunder also changing it up. Hartenstein's checked in for Williams. Chad Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And it's Williams in for Cason Wallace. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
I was able to listen in on what Chris Finch told the team. His emphasis was for more effort on the defensive end. He said we have to do a better job of communicating and helping each other out. They're getting too many easy looks. Let's make it hard on them. Kevin, they're going to have to if they're going to slow down the hot shooting of their opponents.
All right, thank you, David.
Great contest by the defender, but that's a dunk you've got to put down in his face.
Down low, Randall. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Another block. Dort against Edwards. Holmgren sends the screen for Dort. Connects, the jumper drops. And a closer look here at the hustle stance for the Thunder.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
The other thing that jumps out about their performance tonight, the amount of steals really pressuring those ball handlers.
And here's Conley outside. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got 6 rebounds in the game. Dort a screen on Conley. And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 37. Randall outside. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Oklahoma City leading by 14. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Makes it off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 39.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
One of our featured players tonight earns our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
Some players rise to the occasion in the playoff spotlight, and some wilt under it. We know which type he is. What a stunning night for him. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Conley finds Gobert. Now defended by Dort. Back to Gobert. It's stolen by Hartenstein. Pass to Holmgren. Now here's Dort. Here's Holmgren. 5 on the clock. Puts up a deep 3. Williams can't hit.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
Oklahoma City's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter.
And now we can start talking about Game 4. What a magnificent effort and really a significant victory for the Thunder.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Yeah, and Kevin, not all about luck. I thought their overall shot selection was better.
And they're going to roll to their third straight victory to open up these conference finals, giving them a commanding series lead.
Yeah, a sweep seems just about inevitable right now. And with the way they've been playing here in this series, they are building a ton of momentum for the final, especially if they can close out the sweep in Game 4.
And when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. You have to think at this point, up 3-0. It's only a matter of time now, Greg, until this series is in the books.
This victory all but seals the deal. As strong as they look throughout this game and this series, I'll be shocked if they don't close it out in Game 4.
That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now, our player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.